The hurricane knocked down the forest of the OKSKY Reserve near Ryazan. Ryazan Live was informed about this by the press service of the institution. Ryazan region hurricane caused significant damage to the OKSKY Reserve. Huge areas of trees fell under the force of the wind. It is noted that many of the trunks are simply broken, like matches, and some have been torn out by the roots. Because of this, now it is difficult not only to approach, but also to enter the reserve on foot, since the roads are hidden under the rubble of trees. This time, in a few minutes, the hurricane completely changed the landscape, as evidenced by the images from the quadcopter. In addition, the location, beloved by local boars, was completely destroyed, and the fallen trees partially broke the fences of bison enclosures. Also, according to eyewitnesses, during the hurricane, the roof was torn off from several houses, and greenhouses and fences were destroyed on sites. Residents of the village of Borskova hope for help. The entire bulk of the population are pensioners and disabled people. At least 13 people, including women and children, were killed and nearly half a dozen injured in incidents of lightning strikes across Beir in last 24 hours. The state government has ordered ex gratia payment of Rs 4 lakh each to the kin of those who lost their lives. At least 2 people, including a policeman, lost their lives as heavy rain, accompanied by strong winds, battered Karachi, leaving major thoroughfares flooded and causing widespread power outages even as residents heaved a sigh of relief from the day's intense heat. Among other damages caused to the city's infrastructure by the second rain spell of the season, a wall of the Bandar Kuala building located on the city's II Chandigarh Road collapsed, badly damaging a number of cars parked nearby. More than 1 million Bangladeshis have been caught up in severe flooding triggered by monsoon rains over the past month. The Ministry of Disaster and Relief said at least 3 people have died in flooding since the start of monsoon season, which runs from July to September. Officials said heavy rainfall and the onrush of river waters from upstream India were creating havoc in Bangladesh, a delta nation of 160 million people that is crisscrossed by 230 rivers. A powerful earthquake that prompted tsunami warnings and evacuations July 22nd night caused serious shaking in some Alaska Peninsula communities but little damage. Now, the state seismologist says the quake itself might offer some insight into a scientific debate on earthquakes in the region. Shortly after 10 p.m., a massive landslide of about 10 million cubic meter blocked a river in central China's Hubei province, resulting in a barrier lake that prompted authorities to evacuate more than 8,000 residents on July 21, 2020. The barrier lake was formed on July 21 when a massive chunk of earth fell on the Qingjiang River, a tributary of Yangtze River in the Inshitukia Prefecture, according to the city's flood control and drought relief headquarters. An hour later, a huge chunk of 1.5 million cubic meter of earth slid into the river, as reported by Fujian. More than 550 people were affected by flooding in the town of Nizhny Sergei, Sverdlovsk region. Due to heavy rains, the Zestavka River overflowed its banks, 4 bridges were demolished by the flood, 7 buildings were seriously damaged, and 231 residential buildings were flooded. An emergency regime was introduced in the city, the electricity was cut off, the Nizhny Zhurginsky metallurgical plant was shut down. 390 rescuers and 59 pieces of equipment work on the spot. Hello from Greece. I would like to present you this video, which I recorded on July 23, 2020. everyone for subscribe for Earth is our home.